Hello, my name is Rao and welcome to my channel. Today let's talk about Pokemon and the controversy surrounding Sword and Shield. With the Pokemon Company filing lawsuit against the leakers for disrupting their marketing strategy, I think this is the perfect opportunity to talk about Dexit. Here's the thing though, Dexit is not just the only problem with the games. It is a tip of the iceberg. There are so many problems with the way Game Freak is running the Pokemon franchise that I had to make a list. Number 1. Graphics. I for one have not bought the game, not because of the Dexit, but because of the way the game mainly looks. It is a gorgeous game. Some parts are absolutely amazing and looks very beautiful, but this still looks and feels like a 3DS game with HD graphics. Let us compare Sword and Shield, a 2019 game, to Uncharted 4, a game released back in 2016. Or let's compare the Pokemon franchise to Breath of the Wild, a Nintendo-owned IP. Why does Breath of the Wild look so much better than Sword and Shield? The answer is the development cycle. Nintendo has no problem delaying a game to make it look perfect. But the Pokemon Company, which is partially owned by Game Freak, Creatures Inc. and Nintendo, has its own mind. They make Pokemon games not for fans but to make money. Pokemon is a cash cow. From merchandise to games, it prints money. In case you didn't know, Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise, beating Star Wars, Marvel and Hello Kitty. X and Y had a budget of $25 million and has sold over 16 million copies. Guess how much it made in return? $600 million. That's right, it's insane. That's a 25 times. They made 25 times more money than they invested. So no, it's not about the resources. Game Freak has all the money they need to make a good Pokemon game. It's probably because they don't care much about Pokemon games anymore. They've seen time and time again that little adjustments with an addition of a gimmicky feature like Mega Evolution, Z moves and Dynamax, the game would still sell like hotcakes. Why would you go an extra mile when you can sell the same amount of copies with minimum effort? To be honest, I can't blame Game Freak for all of this. The higher-ups at the Pokemon Company wants to churn out Pokemon content every year. New anime, new game and new merch has to be released yearly at the same time. Game Freak is forced to release the game every year. Things have to change. On to number 2, animation. Now the reason why people were upset was because of the Dexit, obviously, but the reason behind the Dexit was because they said all of the resources was spent on making better animation. But the Pokemon model are still the same. Hop moves around like how, legendaries moonwalk away from the platform, characters turn around in a circular motion. What the frick is this? Yes, you can still say, I don't care, I still enjoyed the game. Yes, it's true. Pokemon game is enjoyable even if it's garbage. It's true. The Pokemon formula works. Just add a bunch of Pokemon, 8 gym leaders, a mediocre story, people would still enjoy the game. It's not a sin to enjoy Pokemon games. However, if you stop someone from criticizing the game, that's when shit gets real. Let the people criticize. Also, Pokemon characters, the people in the world look very lifeless. They have the same bland, boring expressions on their face, turning around in a circular fashion, walking around like a doll. What I mean to say is they don't look lifelike. It kind of breaks the immersion. I'm not asking Game Freak to make a game like Red Dead Redemption, which they're not capable of. but a game that looks and feels real. Now that we're talking about Game Freak's capability, let's talk about the game optimization. Game Freak is notorious at optimizing games. Wild Area is one of the few examples. Characters pop in and out, shadows are aligned in the wrong way, the entire world freezes when you climb up the ladder. And there was a case when they had trouble fitting Johto into a Pokemon game Gold and Silver. Iwata had to jump in. He not only cleared up bad data to make space for Johto, he also managed to add Kanto, a second region in a Pokemon game, which was mind-blowing at the time. Number 4 is hand-holding and removing features. This one's the worst. Stop with the hand-holding. I understand lots of kids play Pokemon game, but adults play Pokemon games too. Instead of lazily adding a second version of a game, why can't Game Freak add a difficulty option? It's almost as if they never listen to their fans. Experience share in Sword and Shield doesn't have an off button because they think fans usually prefer to keep the experience share on. Even if you assume 90% of the people don't turn off the EXP machine, what about the rest 10%? Those 10% are still millions in number. Here's the skit. Fans, we want more Mega Evolutions. Game Freak, no, we got something better. Check out Z moves. Yeah. Fans, bring back Mega and Z moves. No, we got something better. Dynamax. Pokemon contest, gone. Secret bases, gone. Pokemon following you, gone. Overworld Pokemon, partially gone. All because Game Freak assumes that they know what's best for fans. In conclusion, Pokemon games deserve better. Pokemon can be the best game ever because they have the resources and a formula that works. Hashtag give Pokemon time. If you loved this video, consider subscribing, like and share this video too please. This is Rao signing off. Peace.